Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was sworn in for a third consecutive term at the Rashtrapati Bhavan here on Sunday. Along with Modi, senior BJP leaders Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari and Amit Shah also took oath as cabinet ministers, while party president JP Nadda returned to the cabinet after 5 years, indicating the prime minister's focus on continuity and experience in his third term. President Draupadi Murmu administered the oath of office to them. Modi, 73, first became Prime Minister in 2014 and then returned to office in 2019. He is the second PM after Jawaharlal Nehru to be elected for a third consecutive term. He was re-elected to Lok Sabha from Varanasi. Top leaders from India's neighborhood and the Indian Ocean region: Maldives President Mohammad Muizzu, Bangladesh Premier Sheikh Hasina, Nepal Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, Prachanda, Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jugnauth, Bhutanese PM Tshering Tobgay and Vice President of Seychelles Hamad Afif were special guests at the function. In addition to political leaders and eminent persons from different walks of life, members from the transgender community as well as sanitation workers and laborers who were involved in the construction of the new parliament building also attended the swearing-in ceremony of Modi and the new Council of Ministers. Nearly 9,000 people were estimated to be present at the forecourts of the Rashtrapati Bhavan to witness the swearing-in ceremony.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
Be humble as common people love those who are humble and never compromise on probity and transparency, Prime Minister-designate Narendra Modi told all those who are taking oath on Sunday as ministers in his third government. Modi, who met the ministers-designate, said people have huge expectations and everyone will have to deliver, sources said. He will on Sunday take oath for a third consecutive term as Prime Minister, along with members of his council. The Prime Minister-designate also asked them to give respect and dignity to all MPs, irrespective of their parties, as all of them were elected by the people, the sources said. He said the ministers designate should always be courteous and also respect the government employees and officers. Work as a team and with team spirit. Do not compromise on probity and transparency. Be mindful of that, he said at the meeting over tea, a custom he has followed before the cabinet formation exercise since 2014. Senior BJP leaders such as Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, Piyush Goyal, Ashwini Vaishnav, Nirmala Sitharaman and Mansukh Mandavia were present at the meeting held at the Prime Minister's residence. Among the new faces likely to be inducted into the Council of Ministers, Manohar Lal Khattar, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Bandi Sanjay Kumar and Ravneet Singh Bittu were present. A plea has been filed in the Supreme Court seeking directions to the Centre and the Securities and Exchange Board of India to submit a detailed report into the stock market crash on the day of election results on 4th June, when investors lost billions of rupees. The plea, filed by advocate Vishal Tiwari, also sought direction to the government and the Securities and Exchange Board of India to submit a status report on the orders given on 3rd January for considering the suggestion of the expert committee, headed by Justice A. M. Sapre, made in its report on the PIL in Adani Hindenburg matter. It may be recalled that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has demanded an investigation into a stock market crash that hit investors at the end of the general election. He accused top BJP leaders of making misleading predictions about stock prices surging after 4th June, the day the results were announced. Gandhi claimed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi encouraged people to buy stocks before this, which led to them losing money when the market crashed. The top court had said the Centre and the SEBI should constructively consider the suggestions of the expert committee and take any further action necessary to strengthen the regulatory framework, protect investors and ensure the orderly functioning of the securities market. Stock market volatility again emerged. As per news reports, the loss was 20 lakh rupees crore. This again has raised question mark on the regulatory mechanism. Despite this court's direction, nothing has changed, the petition said. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay Sunday said Narendra Modi might be taking oath as Prime Minister for a third term, but he does not have a mandate like Jawaharlal Nehru, the only other PM to have 3 consecutive terms, had. Bandyopadhyay, who was on Saturday re-elected as the leader of the TMC in Lok Sabha, also said the opposition will play a positive role in the functioning of parliament. Bandyopadhyay said the government is going to take an oath on Sunday, which is okay according to democratic process, but TMC leader Mamta Banerjee has declared yesterday this government cannot last long. Nehru was sworn in as the Prime Minister for the third time in 1962, when the Congress had won 361 seats, 10 down from the Lok Sabha polls of 1957. Asked about the role the opposition, rejuvenated by its gains in this election, would play in the functioning of parliament, he said it will be more constructive if floor management happens properly. The TMC improved its tally in the Lok Sabha this time, winning 29 out of the 42 seats in West Bengal. It is the third largest opposition party after the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. Opposition India bloc has 234 MPs in the Lok Sabha, while the NDA has 209. Telangana BJP chief G. Kishan Reddy thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi for inducting him into the BJP-led NDA cabinet that would be sworn in on Sunday evening at the national capital. He also thanked BJP National President JP Nadda and the people of his constituency. Reddy won from Secunderabad Lok Sabha constituency, defeating his Congress rival D. Nagendra. In a separate message on X, Reddy posted a letter from the Cabinet Secretary, Rajiv Gauba, conveying to him that the PM has recommended his name for appointment as a cabinet minister. He expressed his thanks to people in his constituency for electing him. Despite some forces trying to defeat him, the people voted for him. He promised to develop the constituency.
ప్రమాణ స్వీకారం కార్యక్రమం చూడాలని వచ్చినప్పటికీ కూడా మరి అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి స్థల ప్రభావంతో చాలా తక్కువ మందికి మరి భారత ప్రభుత్వము ఆహ్వానాలు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. అయినప్పటికీ ఏ రాష్ట్రంలో ఇవ్వనటువంటి మరి ఇన్విటేషన్ కార్డ్స్ మరి నడ్డా గారితో మాట్లాడి ప్రత్యేకంగా మరి కొన్ని తీసుకురావడం జరిగింది. చాలా మందికి కార్డ్స్ అందలేదు. కాబట్టి పెద్ద మనసుతో కార్యకర్తలందరూ అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సిందిగా అక్కడ అన్ని రాష్ట్రాలకు సంబంధించి సమంగా ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. అయినప్పటికీ వారు ఇచ్చినటువంటి 100 కార్డ్స్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు కూడా మనం ఇంకా చాలా ఎక్కువ కార్డ్స్ ఇతర రాష్ట్రాల నుంచి నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ మంత్రులు కాబట్టి అక్కడ నుంచి కూడా కొన్ని కార్డ్స్ కూడా తీసుకొచ్చి మన తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రానికి ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రానికి ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. కాబట్టి కార్యకర్తలందరూ కూడా పెద్ద మనసు చేసుకుని ఈ విషయంలో క్షమించాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటూ అందరూ కూడా ఇక్కడ మరి ఎవరికైతే ఆహ్వానాలు ఉన్నాయో అందరూ కూడా 5 గంటలకు 5:30 లోపల అక్కడికి చేరుకోవాలి. ఎవరికైతే ఆహ్వానాలు లేవో అందరూ కూడా ఇక్కడే కూర్చొని స్క్రీన్ లో ప్రత్యక్షంగా చూడాల్సిందిగా మళ్ళీ అందరము ప్రమాణ స్వీకారం అయిన తర్వాత అందరం ఇక్కడికి వస్తాము. అప్పుడు అందరం మనం కలుసుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పి ఈ సందర్భంగా కోరుతాం.
Will India's new finance minister support the global effort for a billionaire tax, and will the Prime Minister stand with the common people or billionaires? The Congress asked on Sunday, ahead of the swearing-in ceremony of a new government. Prime Minister-designate Narendra Modi will on Sunday take oath for a third consecutive term as Prime Minister, along with members of his council. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh took a swipe at the BJP-led government and asked if it has taken too many tempos of black money to take such a progressive step. This year, the one-third Pradhan Mantri has a chance to show whether it stands with the common people or with billionaires. At the G20 in Brazil, a proposal to set a global minimum tax on billionaires will be discussed, backed by finance ministers of Brazil, France, Spain, South Africa, and Germany, the Congress General Secretary said in a post on X. Ramesh claimed that all around the world, billionaires manage to pay lower taxes than working people through legal loopholes, offshore wealth, shell companies, or other schemes. To ensure that they pay their fair share, a proposal for a global minimum tax on billionaires will be discussed at the G20 under Brazil's presidency in November 2024, he claimed. Such a tax would raise 21 lakh crores globally each year, providing critical funding for sectors such as healthcare, education, housing, and climate change. US Fed interest rate decision, domestic inflation data, and global trends would be key driving factors in dictating movement in the market this week, as the Lok Sabha elections outcome and the RBI policy decision are behind us, analysts said. The past week was a rollercoaster ride for investors as markets swung sharply in both directions before closing with strong gains. In an eventful week, the BSE benchmark jumped 2,732.05 points or 3.69% and the Nifty zoomed 759.45 points or 3.37%. the 30-share BSE Sensex jumped 1,720.8 points or 2.29% to hit a new record peak of 76,795.31 in day trade on Friday. The benchmark ended at a record high of 76,693.36, up 1,618.85 points or 2.16%. Additionally, investments by foreign portfolio investors and domestic institutional investors will remain under close observation, said analysts. Globally, significant events are scheduled for 12 June in 2024, including announcement of the U.S. core and consumer price inflation figures, alongside the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate decision and Federal Open Market Committee economic projections, he added. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.